Chasing the wind. Teaser. Exterior, gravel road, day. Loud sound of cars traveling a rural gravel road at a fast speed. Dust kicks up as the cars travel the windy, narrow road. Close-up shows there are 2 cars. No faces are shown, only the exterior of the cars. It's a hot summer day in Tunica, Mississippi. Interior, kitchen, day. 3 children are in the kitchen. 2 girls, 8 and 12 years old, and a 10-year-old boy are seated in the kitchen of this run-down shack. A woman around 30 is also in the kitchen. We see very poor living conditions. The children are dirty and unkept. They look hungry. The kitchen only has a wooden table and 4 chairs barely standing. An old stove lit with 1 pot of boiling water on it. The children are waiting to see what is going to go into the pot of boiling water to eat.
Mama, what we eating?
Mother looks nervous, frustrated, agitated. You see her despair, her hopelessness. Her hair is not done. She's sweating a lot. She wipes her hand on her ragged dress. She opens 1 cabinet quickly and her nerves causes pots to come flying out at her. Hands shaking, she frantically picks them up as to waste time to avoid the question from her son.
I'm looking.
Mother opens another cabinet to show a rotten white potato, an onion, and a small container of white flour. She tears up but hides the tears from the children.
That all we got? Why are we boiling water for that? I'm hungry.
She stands and begins to whine and tug on her mom's dress. Suddenly they hear the sound of cars nearing the house. The mother rushes outside to take a look. Exterior, porch, continuous. Mother stands on the dilapidated porch and squints to see if someone is coming. She sees the 2 cars turn the corner and come up the long dirt road to her place. She rushes back inside. Interior, kitchen, continuous.
Who's that coming, Mama?
Nobody. Stay inside.
She gets her 12-gauge shotgun from behind one of the kitchen cabinets and goes back to the porch. Exterior, front yard, continuous. Sheriff gets out of the first car. 2 nicely dressed ladies get out of the second car. They all begin to walk towards the porch. Mom aiming the shotgun in their direction.
Don't come no closer, Willie. Ain't nobody taking my children away from me. So y'all just turn around and head back on out of here.
Now listen, Etta. We know what's going on here. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. Everybody falls on hard times. You don't have a job and their daddy is sitting on death row. Them kids need a good meal. They ain't been to school in weeks. The orphanage is just gonna help you out for a while, till you get on your feet. Now put the rifle down before somebody gets hurt.
Scream comes from inside. Mom looks back nervously. Children rush outside. Younger daughter shows Mom where she just burned her stomach on the stove. She's crying hysterically.
Andrea was reaching for the pot of boiling water and got too close to the stove.
Don't come no closer!
I can take care of that burn, Mrs. Miller. It looks pretty bad.
Mother just stands there looking defeated and pushes the child behind her while still holding the rifle in the other hand.
Andrea, honey, would you like an apple?
No, she don't. Now get off my property!
She points the rifle at the lady. The lady rushes back to her car. Both women get back into their car.
Now, Etta, ain't no need for all that. Put the rifle down.
Agitated now, he pulls papers from his back pocket.
I got papers right here from the state that says we gotta take these children to the orphanage today. And that's what we gonna do.
Ain't nobody gonna take my children away from me.
She raises the gun, cocks it to shoot. Willie shoots her first. Lots of screams then. Exterior, orphanage, night. Camera pushes up to the outside of an old large building. Camera passes on a sign outside. Sign says Mississippi Delta County Orphanage. Interior, inside the orphanage, continuous. It is dark, grubby, and drab looking. We see flashes of the sadistic things happening. Children are dirty and unkept. We see the boy from family being beaten with a stick. Young girls being made to prostitute. Children scrubbing floors on hands and knees. One scene shows the 8-year-old girl from the family holding a newborn. She looks very scared. Her older sister lay helpless beside her. Dissolve to. Exterior of orphanage, night. Camera pushes back, showing the orphanage in flames, burning to the ground. Head teaser. Act 1, 20 years later. Exterior, LaGuardia Airport, runway landing, evening. Camera shows plane landing at New York LaGuardia Airport. Female passenger looks at her watch. It's 6:37 p.m. No face is shown. She gets a bottle of pills from her purse and a bottle of water from plane tray. Takes 2 pills and swallows them down. Exterior, NYC City Alley, night. We see a middle-aged female being brutally stabbed to death by a poorly dressed male. He looks as if he could be homeless. Exterior, inside of a cab, next day morning. We see only the back of a woman's head looking out of the driver's side back seat window. When she's taken in all of the things that goes on in the busy streets of the great city, New York. Exterior, NYC Street, continuous. She sees a street peddler. She sees the stores, all of the cabs, many people talking and moving at a fast pace. She sees a woman loosely dressed, maybe trying to make a sale. The skyscrapers, the homeless people, the rich people. Interior, Manhattan NYC Police Station, continuous. Camera passes scenes of what goes on in police busy station. People sitting at desk on phone, some standing discussing issues, someone being interrogated. Interior, Detective Jonathan Campbell's office, continuous. Detective Jonathan Campbell's office is a small but neat office. A desk, 2 chairs, papers neatly stacked on the desk, a couple of recognition plaques on the wall. His chief, Tony, is with him. Tony slams the New York Times on Campbell's desk. The headline reads, "Phantom Killer Strikes Again."
Phantom my ass. This guy is as real as hell. Just ask the 4 people he murdered. What are we going to do about this, John? We got to shut this serial killer down. Find this guy and fry his ass before the commissioner fires both our asses.
Take it easy, Tony, okay? We're working this case around the clock. We don't even know if it's a serial killer.
We don't need to know. The city has labeled it so, the press has labeled it so, and so it is. We have a serial killer on our hands. Damn it, I was hoping to be retired before we had another serial killer case. This is the kind of shit that keeps you up at night. Then, your pressure's up all day. Hell, everything's up, but, well, you know.
Okay, Tony, enough said. I told you what to do about that. You handle that, I'll handle the case.
When? We got another dead body today without a single clue, not one shred of evidence left. What the hell are we dealing with here? And where is this hotshot expert you're supposed to be bringing in from California? I hate it when these West Coast arrogant bastards call to assist us in our investigations. You got cops right in this precinct just itching to get that job. They're mad as hell, so when is this hotshot showing up? Better be worth it.
Phone buzzes.
Detective Campbell, Miss Good is here.
Oh, send her in.
Interior, Manhattan NYC Police Station, continuous. Allison, a very attractive, very well-dressed female, about 30 years old, confidently stands and walks towards the office. The men are taken with her beauty.
Why would she want to be in this line of work with that face and that body?
You see the other officers staring also as she walks to the office. One male officer, Officer Grant, is not happy about it. His face is stern as he stares at her. He is bitter that he did not get this case to lead.
Maybe that face and that body is the reason she got to head this case and not me.
Interior Detective Jonathan Campbell's office, continuous. Allison is overly confident, borderline arrogant / cocky.
Hotshot reporting for duty. I assume you're Detective Campbell, and you must be his boss, Chief Anthony Rogers.
I see you did your homework.
Yeah, I asked the receptionist.
Tony, meet Allison Good.
Ms. Good, I apologize.
Forget it. I've been called a lot worse than hotshot.
She glances at the newspaper headlines on the desk.
I saw this in the cab right over. This guy's pretty busy. Leave any clues this time?
Nothing. We found a cigar butt at the second scene.
Well, at least you got DNA from the butt. I assume you already processed it and found nothing in CODIS.
Right. We filed it as evidence and we'll try to match it later on any person of interest or suspect.
We haven't released any of this to the press or the public.
Ms. Good,
Allison.
I hear you're one of the best criminal investigators on the West Coast. We need you to put that expertise on this case quick, fast, and in a hurry before the city begins to panic. Let me know if there's anything you need to speed up this investigation and catch this maniac. John, I got a meeting downtown. Call me as soon as you get something.
Tony leaves the office.
Have a seat.
Allison sits down. Jonathan glances and notices there is no wedding ring.
How much do you know about the case?
Only what I read in the Times.
What made you want to take the case?
Is this an interview? I have the job already, remember?
Only making idle conversation until Donna gets here. She's the criminal analyst assigned to the case. Oh, here she is now.
Jonathan waves as to motion Donna into his office. Enters a fairly attractive 23-year-old young female. She appears a tad nervous.
Sorry I'm late, Jonathan.
Allison, meet Donna Wade. Donna was hired here 2 months ago. She's our first criminal analyst in this station. She'll be able to help you with research on the case.
Donna goes and straightens one of the recognition plaques on his wall.
Miss Good, it is such an honor to meet you. I am thrilled to be working with one of the best detectives around.
Nice to meet you, Donna. Why are you late?
I might as well let you know now. I'm a neat freak. I had to clean up before I left my apartment. I was going to do it last night, but fell asleep.
I hope not OCD neat.
No, I don't think so. I just like things cleaned up before I leave home. I like coming home to a neat place.
Okay, but if you're gonna work with me, you have to be on time. No excuses. The dirty dishes will have to wait.
We had a lot of officers to come here and help with the case. You come highly recommended, Allison. Solving this case could make you chief. Tony's thinking about retiring. I'll give you as much help as I can, but this is New York City. I have hundreds of cases myself to solve.
That's my job. I solve cases. I'll get your guy and then you can buy me a drink when I make chief. Tell me, anything common across the cases?
I'm not sure if this is just a coincidence, but they all appear to have some type of connection to child care services, whether daycare, child protective services, foster homes. That's just a long shot, though. Here's the case file.
Plops a box of papers on his desk.
Who would want to hurt a person who takes care of kids?
Beats me. And like I said, that's a long shot. We could be chasing the wind on that one. Sorry, that's all we have to work with right now. Check in with me as much as you can and keep Tony off my back. Donna, can you show her to your office?
Interior, Allison's office, day. Allison is sitting at her desk. Donna is standing.
Miss Good,
Allison cuts her off.
Donna, please call me Allison.
you sure? I don't mind. I was raised to...
Allison cuts her off again.
I'm sure. Now, get me all of the background information you can on the 4 victims. Names, maiden names, where did they live, where did they come from, siblings, children's, dates, and times of murders. Everything, down to the type of creamer they like in their coffee.
What if they didn't drink coffee?
Allison looks at her as if to say, how did I get this nut?
I want to know that too.
I actually started doing the research on the victims. You want to hear what I have so far?
Let's hear it.
Donna reads fairly quickly through the report. Camera shows flashes of the murders as she reads them.
First victim, Peter K. Scott, 52, killed August 21st. And that's all I have.